This is for all Africa. Africa, wake up. A call to the sons and daughters of the continent. By Joseph Ngoma. Brothers and sisters of Africa, hear me today. From the north to the south, from the east to the west, our beloved continent is crying. Our land is rich yet our people are poor. Our soil holds gold, diamonds, oil, and fertile fields yet our children go hungry. Why? Because for too long, we have been ruled by leaders who love power more than they love their people. The truth about our leaders. In many African countries, the same leaders cling to power for 10, 20, even 30 years. They do not lead to serve, they rule to enrich themselves. They build palaces for their own luxury, but leave our hospitals empty and our sick without care. They send their children abroad to study, but let our schools crumble and our youth remain unprepared for the future. They speak of patriotism, but in secret they sell our nations, piece by piece, to the highest bidder. And when the people cry out for justice, they silence them. When the people protest, they beat them. When the people demand change, they send the army not to protect the nation, but to protect their own seats. Worse still, they create chaos across Africa for their own gain. They destroy other nations, assassinate hope, and kill innocent people thinking only of their personal power. But every evil act committed by a leader becomes a debt the nation must pay. The tragedy is this: tomorrow, those leaders will be gone, but their people will remain. It is the next generation that will inherit the curse. The sons and daughters of Rwanda, of Uganda, of every nation whose leaders have spilled innocent blood, they will carry the burden. Because when leaders commit crimes against humanity, it is not only history that remembers, it is the land, the people, and the generations yet unborn who suffer. And unless Africa rises with one voice to demand justice and truth, the children of tomorrow will live in the shadow of today's crimes. The call to stand. I speak to you today. Not just as a man from Congo. Not just as an African. But as a son of this land who refuses to watch her be destroyed. Look at my country, the Democratic Republic of Congo. We have been blessed by God with resources that could feed entire nations and light up all of Africa. Yet those in power have betrayed the people. They have traded our future for their own wealth. Our own African brothers and sisters have killed us acting on behalf of European powers. And while we suffer in poverty, displacement, and war, they grow fat with riches, and they enrich foreign nations while our people starve. It is not the government that has defended us against invaders. It is not the politicians who have stood against the rebels. It is the ordinary people, the Wazalanda patriots who refuse to bow to fear. It is they who have picked up the responsibility to defend the land when our leaders failed. This is the truth. If we, the sons and daughters of Congo, do not rise to protect our home, no one else will. If we do not stand, our children will inherit chains instead of freedom. The call to stand is not for tomorrow. It is for today, for now. A message to all African nations. If your leader has been in power for more than 10 years, if your president surrounds himself only with family and friends, if your government grows richer while your people grow poorer, then you are not being led, you are being robbed. Such leaders are not patriots. They are not the fathers of the nation they pretend to be. They are obstacles to Africa's freedom. They are chains holding our nations in captivity. While other countries rise and develop, Africa remains trapped in the shadow of poverty, not because we lack resources, not because our people lack intelligence or creativity, but because of the greed and corruption of those who call themselves leaders. These leaders keep us poor so they can stay powerful. They silence truth so they can keep lying. They divide us so they can keep ruling. Until Africa rises and demands leaders who serve the people instead of themselves, our continent will remain behind. And our children will inherit the same chains we wear today. Africa must be Wazalanda. We must all become Wazalanda, defenders of our people, protectors of our land. We must refuse to accept the lie that nothing can change. We must refuse to bow before corrupt power. Our fight is not just for today, it is for our children and for generations yet unborn. If we do nothing, our children will inherit chains instead of freedom. But if we rise now, if we speak with one voice, if we stand together, Africa will rise. We will reclaim our dignity. We will guard our resources. We will write our own future. Let every man, every woman, every young person take their place in this struggle. Let us be Wazalendo for the sake of Africa, for the sake of freedom, for the sake of the generations yet to come. The time is now. Africa, wake up. Stand up. Do not wait for permission to defend your home. If you are in the streets, march with courage. If you are in the media, speak the truth. If you are a teacher, raise students who will not bow to corruption. If you are a leader, be a servant, not a master. The power of Africa is not in the palaces of our presidents. It is in the hearts of the people. It is in the hands of the farmers who feed us, the workers who build our cities, the mothers who raise strong sons and daughters, and the youth who refuse to be silent. The time is now. Not tomorrow. Not someday. But now. To take our destiny back. To protect our land. To secure the future of Africa. A vision for a new Africa. I dream of an Africa where leaders rise to serve the people, not themselves. Where power is a responsibility, not a throne to cling to. I dream of an Africa where the wealth of our land builds our nations, not the secret bank accounts of the corrupt few. An Africa where our children learn in strong, well-equipped schools, not in crumbling classrooms with broken desks and no books. An Africa where our hospitals heal the sick with dignity and care, not turn them away because they cannot pay. I see an Africa where justice walks in our streets, where honesty governs our markets, where truth is spoken from every seat of power. But my brothers and sisters, this Africa will not appear by accident. It will not come because we wish for it. It will not come because we wait for others to build it. That Africa is possible, but only if we fight for it. Not with hate, but with courage. Not with greed, but with unity. Not with fear, but with the fire of a people who know their worth. And the fight begins now. My final words. Africa is our mother. She carried us in her womb. She fed us from her soil and her rivers. She clothed us with her forests and her fields. She gave us life, and now it is our sacred duty to protect her. We cannot, we must not, allow thieves to sit upon her throne and drink the blood of her children. We cannot allow them to sell her treasures while her children starve. We cannot stand silent while her voice is chained by fear. The time has come for Africa's sons and daughters to rise. Not as tribes. Not as divided nations. But as one people, with one voice, and one mission. To break the chains of corruption, greed, and dictatorship. Wazalendo. Rise. Stand. Fight for your country. Fight for your people. Fight for your children's tomorrow. Let our voices thunder louder than the drums of oppression. Let our unity shine brighter than the darkness of greed. Let our courage be the sword that cuts the chains. Africa belongs to her people, and her people will rise.